Hi, my name is Haley Gillespie, and I'm a nutrition and fitness coach here in Garrett County. And today I'm going to show you how you can make a power bowl. So a power bowl it's also known sometimes as a macro bowl or a nourish bowl, or sometimes vegetarian bowls are known as Buddha bowls. And you can think of it as a meal in a bowl. It's going to have just be jam-packed with nourishing ingredients, and you really won't need anything, any side dishes or side salads or anything outside of the bowl. It's all going to be contained in here. It's an ideal way if you do meal prep to kind of have your meal prepped ingredients ready to go and be able to throw something together really quickly on a weeknight or a busy night and still have a really amazing, nourishing meal. And you might even be surprised at how all these ingredients will actually work together that you wouldn't think necessarily to put into one bowl, but not only are they going to taste great together, but they're going to work synergistically so that you really get a high nutrient value. So you want to start with a bowl, and I like to use a really big bowl. Mostly we're using vegetables here, so don't worry about that. And this, I think, would even maybe be considered a serving bowl. So make sure that you have a nice big bowl, maybe even like a mixing bowl or something like that, that you have lying around your house. So the first thing that I'm going to put in are some greens, and you can use kind of whatever you like. So I've got some mixed baby greens here that I'm going to put in the bottom, and I also have some kale. And you may not want to use all kale, but some nice chopped kale, if you remove the woodier stems, can be really nice. Just whatever you like, maybe some arugula, spinach. Usually when I say leafy greens, you're not talking about like a lettuce, but these kind of sturdier, more nutrient-dense greens. So from there, we can add, you have any loose grains, or in this case, I'm not really going to use grains, but for my starches, I'll use some lentils. These are just some beluga lentils. I'm going to sprinkle that over. But you can do like quinoa, you can do bulgur wheat or farro. There are just plenty of grains, or you can, omit starch altogether if, if you're trying not to have too much of that. So I've got, and also lentils, any sort of legume is going to also give you some added protein, especially if you're not consuming animal protein. So I've got some greens, I've got some lentils, and now I'm going to start putting all my vegetables in. And the idea with your vegetables is you want just an array of colorful vegetables. You can see I've got kind of a rainbow here of veggies, and I've got both raw and cooked vegetables. So this is great. I mentioned the meal prep thing. So if you're doing like a sheet pan full of vegetables, on a Sunday or whatever time that you tend to meal prep, you can just have these on hand. And so I'm just going to go ahead and start to take, I've got some sweet potatoes here that I've cut around. So again, that's a starchy vegetable, so that's another reason I didn't necessarily add a grain to this, because I'm getting plenty of starch. I've also got some Brussels sprouts and some cauliflower, and then I've cut up some raw vegetables. So I've got plenty of cabbage here that I just whizzed through the food processor. I spiralized some cucumbers. So it can be fun and make your bowls really beautiful if you spiralize, maybe julienne some carrots like this. And then I've got some radishes that I've just really thinly sliced. So you can see this bowl fills up really quickly, even though it's quite big. And lastly, I've got some caramelized onions. So these are one of my secret ingredients. They just add a natural sweetness. They're really delicious. So I love to add either caramelized onions, or sometimes I'll do like a pickled onion if I'm doing more of kind of an Asian bowl. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add some protein. So again, I mentioned maybe if you're doing a vegetarian bowl, you're going to add perhaps some more lentils. I've also got some hummus here that you could, why not, I'll add a little bit of that for some extra protein and fiber. But then I've also got some chicken here that I was just from a roasted chicken. So you can also do your chicken, roast it on your sheet pan, and just get everything done really easily. See, I'm already starting to run out of room. Another thing that I like to do for some extra protein is just a soft-boiled egg or hard-boiled egg or however you like that, and it just adds some really beautiful color. And then we're ready for some sauces or some dressings. So vinaigrettes will bring everything together really nicely. This is, in a previous video, I made a lemon herb vinaigrette, and this is one of my favorites to use on bowls. Anything that's kind of creamy, I really like on the bowls, but lemon is a flavor that will go with all of these ingredients really nicely. This one here is kind of an avocado crema that you can whip up in the blender, and this will add some additional healthy fat, and it's just avocado and a little bit of citrus juice, salt, pepper, and some water. You can also add some yogurt to help bring everything together and add to the creaminess. So this is getting really nice and full. And I think lastly, I'm just gonna sprinkle on a few hemp seeds. So you can, any kind of nut or seed, it's just gonna add a little bit of extra crunch. These are a great source of plant-based omega-3 fats and fiber. So I really like these shelled hemp seeds, and they look nice as well. So that is a really quick way to put together one of these power bowls. Now you can really go online and find just so many different variations on this. You can find recipes if you're not sure where you want to start. There are just so many different combinations of dressings and ingredients. You can also maybe try to deconstruct some of your favorite recipes that maybe aren't quite as healthy, things like tacos or wraps or burritos or things that have kind of a lot of empty starches, and you can create a bowl with them and up-level that nutritional value. So I encourage you to try that and go home and maybe try to make one of these bowls. Thanks so much.